The big area that we're watching pretty closely are the foothills, Surry, Wilkes counties too. Any drop in temperature from the forecast from a degree or two could make a huge difference on what they see up that way. We're starting to form the storm, so to speak. You can see the initial moisture is mostly riding through the northern areas into the cold air over Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio, into West Virginia. We're on the fringe of this. Notice the moisture beginning to pool, though, across parts of the south. That big bright white band is very heavy snow coming down over parts of Kentucky in those areas I just mentioned. It includes part of our northern counties. Moisture will start to fill in later this morning, and the main brunt of this for the Triad and really most of the area, the highest rainfall chances are going to come midday onward from the storm. So what we're seeing initially is kind of a wintry mix developing. It's been more snow and sleet across our northern and western areas, some decent snow totals already. It's been more rain and sleet over the Triad. Notice that temperatures are at or above freezing in all areas outside of our mountain counties. That's good with respect to travel. And because we've had several warm days, this has not had a terrible impact on travel as of yet. That could change very quickly depending on how the storm evolves. A couple of snow reports coming in already in the Laurel Fork area. Getting into that Patrick County region, we're seeing some 2-inch snow totals that added up very, very quickly over the area. The one thing of note that we've noticed on some of the model runs that we've seen, the majority of the snow and sleet that's going to stick to the ground is going to happen for the first part of this morning. And then it kind of evolves into more of an icing threat for our northern and western areas. And you can see that on our models, kind of a wintry mix favoring more sleet and rain. I think for the Piedmont, more of a freezing rain threat starts to evolve later this morning and into the afternoon across our northern counties. Look at all the moisture filling in during the afternoon, and where our temperature profile sets up will be close to freezing, but just above freezing. Likely we'll see some sleet mixing in with the rain across parts of the Piedmont Triad. You move farther north, the air gets colder. We could see more significant glazing in those areas, and that's the big concern because we're looking at potential icing totals that could get above 1/4 or even 1/2 of an inch, and that can cause widespread power outages. This begins to taper off Wednesday morning. Notice it favors more rain at that point, and then with another round of rain coming in, still some wintry mix possible across the north, but mainly a chilly rain for much of your Wednesday into Thursday for the rest of the area today. So today is the big wintry threat day that will last into early tomorrow. Your Triad forecast has temperatures kind of hovering just above the freezing mark with high rain chances, northeast winds at 5 to 10. For the southern part of the Piedmont, rain could see some light glazing, could mix with a few sleet pellets from time to time this afternoon. Going farther north and west into the foothills, I think temperatures still hover near or above freezing between 32 and 34 degrees. But in those areas, because of the temperature profile of the atmosphere, you could see some snow and sleet accumulation and about 1 to 2/10 of an inch of ice, perhaps up to 1/4, especially in our North Carolina border counties, but you could see more travel trouble in those areas too. The most significant part will be the mountains. Alert icons are up for a winter storm warning. Not only could you see accumulating snow and sleet in the ground to 1 to 3 inches, but 1/2 an inch of ice or more is possible across the Virginia border and into the North Carolina mountains. So not only slippery road conditions, but you're talking about power outages that could be in some places catastrophic. West Virginia farther northward, 3 to 6 inches of snow is a possibility there. So there's a lot to unpack here. We're going to bring in meteorologist Dylan Hudler now. Dylan, the impact is going to be a little bit different, I think, this time compared to previous storms we've had this winter.
Right, yeah, we start talking about winter weather again, and a lot of folks think back to January when we had the snow and the ice and our temperatures were bitterly cold, below freezing for several consecutive days afterward, and we just could not thaw out. I want to caution you, this will not be like that event back in January. This is a marginal setup for us here in the Triad. We're kind of on the border with some mixed precipitation types. That being said, us being on the edge of things, just 1 or 2 degrees in temperature difference will make a big difference in the amount of impacts we see. So right now we are starting to see that light snow and some sleet and freezing rain falling in the mountains, foothills, and along the Virginia border and our northern counties. That will be our main concern of where we could see some slick spots this morning. In the Triad, roads are mostly just wet, but it's really our northern and western zones in the mountains, foothills, and in southern Virginia where we expect the greatest impact impacts from snow and ice of this system, that's where temperatures will be coldest. Again, I mentioned the triad, mainly just some wet roads. There could be some slick spots on bridges and decks. The mountains in southern Virginia, that's where more long-lasting impacts are possible with significant ice accumulation. This is a major storm just to our north. We'll also watch for the potential of some refreeze or maybe black ice and freezing rain Wednesday morning. But look, it gets fairly warm Thursday and into Friday. Temperatures are well above freezing. So here in the triad, once these systems move through, we should start to see some improvement very quickly.